Hello, welcome. Today I'm going to be talking about what equipment, what tools, what gear do you need in order to make videos to market and promote your business. So, and these are going to include the absolute you absolutely have to have, the it's good to have as you get more experienced and more want to be more professional. And then I've got some like nice to have down the road in the future when you're ready to really level up your game, when you want to start repurposing and maybe you got some money burning a hole in your pocket. So what's the first thing? The bare minimum is you need some sort of a camera. And honestly, if you've got a smartphone that, it's been made in the last 15 years, you've probably got a good enough camera, certainly something in the last couple of years. This phone shoots in 4K, it will shoot in HD, it does vertical, it was do horizontal, it will do square videos. I mean, it does everything but make coffee. So you can absolutely film with just your phone. You can, hold it in front of you and start talking on whichever platform you choose to use. Obviously, right now, since you can see my phone in my hand, I'm not using my phone. I'm using my webcam, and it's not built into my computer. This is a separate webcam. It's a Logitech C920. It was released in 2012. So as we record this, it was 11 years ago. And I got it in probably about 2013, 2014. I've been using it ever since. And it is by far good enough for this kind of live streaming. So now it does not do 4K, but when you're live streaming, it doesn't matter because you cannot live stream in 4K. Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube all compress the live stream files to make it, useful for people who are on mobile devices or whatever. So they're not as high quality. So the webcam is fine. So having a camera, bare minimum. You have a camera, you can go and start making videos, particularly if you're going live like this. If you want to produce better videos and you only have a little bit of money that you want to spend, the first thing you should spend money on is a microphone. And you do not have to spend a lot of money. So when I'm on my computer and I'm doing, Zoom or a live stream like this, I'm actually using this microphone. I don't even know the name of it. I'm not even sure if it's available. This is just not inexpensive. There are, really fancy podcasting microphones that you could spend hundreds of dollars on. This microphone that I'm using for this live stream, I purchased on Amazon because I was buying something else and I needed another $20 to get free shipping. So this was an inexpensive microphone. What makes it work well, according to some of my nerdy audiophile friends, because it plugs into the USB port, not the microphone jack, it gives you better quality because it can carry more data, and audio is data heavy. The other thing about this particular microphone is it's a directional microphone, meaning so this part, this is where the sound comes out of. And you can actually probably hear that if I move it away. So when this part is facing at my mouth, that's where it picks up sound. And it does a really nice job of noise canceling. So right now it's winter, so my window's closed. In the summer, I don't have air conditioning. I often have my window open, and it cancels out a lot of noise from outside, which is something you want when you're trying to make videos. You want your audio to be clear. Now, when I'm using my cell phone to record video, it's probably even more important for me to have a good microphone because the microphone on my phone is not meant for being further away. You're used to talking with the phone close to your face. So there's a few things you can do. In a pinch, I will use the headphones that came with my phone. This came from a couple of phones ago, so it still has the jack, the audio jack, and, I just put them in and speak. It's okay if I'm doing it indoors. If I'm outside, I tend to not get very good quality from these because of the wind. Also, if I'm walking or moving around, this jiggles and makes some noise. If you've got just the earbuds, it will probably do better for that. But I don't use that as much. I have 2 other microphones that I use that I really like. So this one is the Rode VideoMic ME, and it's what's called a shotgun mic, meaning, it's like it points at where you want to speak, plugs into the audio jack, and then it has this, some people call this a dead cat, other people call it a windsock. So if you're filming outdoors, you put that on over top and it cuts down some of the wind noise. If it's windy at all, which happens when you're outside, it reduces that, makes your voice sound clearer. Now, obviously, I've had this for several years. My current cell phone does not have an audio jack. Rode does make one of these that plugs into your USB charging port on your phone, but because I didn't really feel like buying a new microphone, this was about $120, I think. I bought this little adapter which plugs into the audio jack on the microphone and then plugs into my port. So this is good enough for now, but it's not ideal. And at some point I will upgrade the microphone because here, I'll just show you when I plug it in to my phone, it dangles. And sometimes you get a little bit of crackling noise. A little bit of static on the line, and you don't really want that for your recordings. You want it as crystal clear as possible. So that's why, even though this microphone is really good, at some point I'm going to upgrade to the newer version that plugs directly into my charging port on my phone. The other microphone that I have it's a little wireless lapel mic. So this is the microphone. This is the little adapter that plugs into my phone so that they can connect. And then you can see I can plug it in, I can clip it to my shirt or I can hold it in my hand. This one was a really inexpensive one. I think I paid about $35 for it. What I don't like about this one is it's what's called an omnidirectional microphone. So remember I said the microphone I use on my webcam, it's a directional, meaning wherever the microphone's pointing at, it picks up stuff from that direction, doesn't pick around. The omnidirection means it picks everything around. So this microphone is not ideal for outdoors because it will pick up noise. It's also not great for example, if it's summer and I've got my window open, it picks up the street noise. Or if I have a fan, if I forget to turn off my fan in my room, it will pick up that noise. So this is not great. Now you can remove some of this static and extraneous noise with software, but it's always better to get good quality. So at some point, some of the higher end wireless lapel mics are directional and block out some of the excess noise. This one doesn't, but it does give a slightly better quality than just using the audio on my phone. So if you can only spend money on one thing, spend it on a good quality microphone and you can use it for years and years. Next thing that you could spend money on if you want to is a tripod. So if you're just getting started, like don't wait to get these things to get started. You can absolutely hold your phone in your hand and talk. You can also lean it up on a shelf, lean it up on something. But a tripod really does make things a lot easier, particularly when you're filming yourself. So one of the tripods, I have several. So this one is one I purchased. It's obviously small, so it's great for a desktop. In fact, I have 2 of these, and my webcam is currently sitting on my desk with one of these holding it in place so that my camera is steady and I can have it closer than if it's sitting on top of my monitor. Now, this other one that I have for my cell phone, you can see it's got an attachment and I can change it to a vertical video. So if I'm doing stories or reels or anything that's vertical, I can do it that way. But I can also turn it horizontal if I'm filming a YouTube video or going live on Facebook. The other thing that's nice about this one is the legs are bendy. So if I'm going out and about, I have more than one occasion attach this to a tree or a post. So when I'm out, I can film a video and maybe get some interesting angles and different looks. So that is great for desktop and great for out in the wild. I also have a regular full size tripod that I use for when I'm filming in my office where I'm standing. And it has adjustable height and it has an adapter like this. So again, I can do vertical or horizontal depending on what type of video I use. So that would be the second optional upgrade to your video marketing, but it's not necessary because you can prop it on a shelf, prop it on a window ledge, or even just use your hand. Next thing is lighting. And I'm a big fan of natural light. Right now, I have natural light from my window. I do have a desk light over here that is on, and I have my overhead light, but I don't have any professional video lighting right now. And in fact, after this, I will put a link to, I have a YouTube video where I went into fairly detail about how to use video or natural light when you're filming your videos. And that is always my first choice for video. But oftentimes in the winter, I live in a county called Gray County, which when I moved here, I didn't realize it was a weather report. It's often very dark and very overcast. I've painted my room white specifically for the purpose of doing video because it does reflect whatever light there is. But you may not have that option, especially if you're running your business from the dining room table or the corner of the living room. You may not have the option to redecorate just for filming. So light is the next upgrade. Audio definitely more important than lighting, but lighting is really helpful. So the first video lighting I got is this little mini ring light, which clips onto my cell phone. So it's really good for quick and dirty. I'm doing a video on the go and the lighting's not great, or I'm doing it at night, and you can see it does make a bit of a difference, but it's not the best. But it also, I think I only paid $9 for this. So this is a nice, simple little upgrade if you're doing selfie style videos. Next is this is actually a new addition for me. It's a ring light. You can see it's got a cell phone holder, but I don't actually use the cell phone holder because I use this light. What I like about it is it's got a stand, so it sits on my desktop, and I put it off to the side. So rather than directly on it, here, I'll turn it on so you can see. And you can also change the color and play around with it. I kind of like this color the best, but I don't absolutely need it when I'm filming during the day. And then if you're doing videos where you're standing, you're not at your desk, you might want to get some higher end lighting that are on stands and bigger, but that's really down the road. If you can do natural light and maybe a little bit of spot lighting or a small ring light, just make sure that you're not completely dark, that will work. And then also, once you get further down the road, you can often adjust the lighting in editing. So that gets to my next phase of video creation. So if you're going to go live, you can absolutely just do it with your cell phone and then maybe a microphone and maybe a tripod if you want, and then only lighting if you absolutely need it. But software, and there's two reasons you might need software. So the one type of software that you might need is live streaming software. If you're going live streaming software makes your life easier. So for example, you can go live on Facebook just from your phone. You go into the Facebook app and go live. LinkedIn, however, currently does not allow you to do that. If you want to go live on LinkedIn, you must use a third-party piece of software. You cannot go to the LinkedIn app on your phone and go live from there. you need another piece of software. I currently am using StreamYard as my streaming software. There's lots of others, Riverside FM, B.Live, and a whole bunch more. You can just go live streaming software, Google it, and find something. I use StreamYard for a few reasons. I tried a whole bunch of them. A lot of them have the free trial. StreamYard was the easiest to set up for all the different platforms. The other thing I really like, another reason to use streaming software is, so for example, if you're live streaming to Facebook from the Facebook app, remember I said how the live streaming compresses the files? That means you don't get HD. You get a really, really small video file, which means it's not good for releasing, particularly for YouTube, where YouTube wants you to have HD, high definition video. So if you're going live on Facebook and you want to download that video and upload it to YouTube later, it's not going to work unless you use the streaming software. Software like StreamYard, Riverside FM, B.Live records in HD, even though it gets compressed when it is live streamed on Facebook or LinkedIn, but you get a high definition recording that you can then download and edit and do other things with. That's one of the reasons why I use StreamYard. Other nice thing about StreamYard is right now, as we speak, I am currently live streaming to my Facebook page, my Facebook group, my LinkedIn profile, and to YouTube all at once. So one marketing activity for me, 4 uses, which is fabulous. And it's something that you can do when you have the streaming software. Third reason I use StreamYard as opposed to some of the other tools is when I schedule my live stream, I can go into StreamYard, put the title, put the description, put the graphic for the event, and schedule it in StreamYard, and it will automatically publish the event, announcing it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube. So it does it from one place. Some of the other platforms, you have to set up the Facebook event, you have to set up the LinkedIn event, you have to set up the YouTube event, then grab the links and put them into the software. So if you're using the software primarily for interviews for podcasts, then maybe some of the other platforms are better. But if you're using it primarily for live streaming, I find StreamYard so much easier because I can just do it all at once. And then when I'm ready to go live, I go into StreamYard and do it live from here. So when you're ready to start repurposing your videos and you want the high quality videos, use the software. If you want to live stream to LinkedIn, absolutely need the software. And if you want to go to multiple platforms at once, you need the paid version of the software. Next, sort of leveling up again, is when you want to start repurposing your videos, particularly if you're going live and then you're like, okay, I want to edit them. I want to edit out the stumbles. I want to edit some of the repetition. I want to edit some of the pauses when I was trying to remember what I wanted to say. If you want to edit those out and turn them into, say, a YouTube video, or maybe you want to edit them into a bunch of short reels, then you need software to edit your videos. Now, all of the streaming software like StreamYard, Riverside FM are starting to come out with some features that let you edit a little bit. But if you want to do full on editing and repurposing and doing other things, then you need some higher end software than what comes with your streaming software. There's software you can get on your phone. I have an Android phone, so I use Action Director when I want to edit on my phone, which I rarely want to do because I find it very difficult because the screen is smaller and I'm having to use my fingers, and so I can't get as fine edits. But if I'm on the go or I'm just, maybe doing something quick and dirty for Instagram stories, I will use Action Director. When I'm creating something that is going to YouTube or I want it on a sales page on my website or something like that, I use other software. The one I use most often is Camtasia. And let's see if I can share that. Okay, so this screen is showing what my Camtasia um, software looks like. You can see I was recently editing a video. This area here on the left, you can see there's different bits of media. If I want to, you can add different film clips. You can add a piece um, of just a photo to it so that as it plays along, you can see the photo covers the video where the audio is still going. You can add annotations. So you want to add some text. There's lots of other things. You can do voiceovers, all that sort of thing. So Camtasia was actually originally created to be for screen capture. So say you're doing software tutorials, but it's a very nice, easy to use editing software. There's also some online editing tools that I've been experimenting with. So some of them include CapCut, which also does really good captions and makes them more attractive than, say, if you're using the captions from within, say, Instagram. There's also Veed.io, which is another one I've been playing around with. Doesn't really matter. Actually, Canva can do a small amount of video editing, which is useful for mostly for things like Reels, YouTube Shorts, that sort of thing. If you have a small video clip or you want to do a graphic and a voiceover, you can do that. But that's kind of next level technology. If you want to just go live streams and don't want to worry about repurposing, don't want to worry about editing them to make them pretty for YouTube, you absolutely can avoid that. Now, the next level up, even from the video editing software, there's a couple of things. Is you could hire a video editor, hire somebody to edit your videos for you. It will save you a lot of time. It'll save you a lot of headache, but it is usually pretty expensive to get somebody to edit your videos. There are starting to be video virtual assistants who are virtual assistants that are trained in video editing, and that's a little bit more affordable than a professional video editor. So it really does depend what you're doing. And then, of course, the next level up is you could upgrade from your smartphone or your webcam to a professional camera that does video. There's lots of vlogging cameras. But honestly, if you're a small business owner and you're using videos on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube to promote your business, you absolutely do not need that, your phone and your webcam. So just a quick recap. Bare minimum you need is a smartphone or webcam to start going live or recording videos for social media. If you're going to spend one thing, you want to buy one piece of equipment to level up, buy a microphone. It will greatly improve the quality of your videos. Next thing is you could potentially buy a tripod, not necessarily by any means, but if you're filming yourself, it does make it easier. And having the steady camera is definitely going to level up the quality of your video. If you absolutely can't use natural light, then you need to start getting some lights, but it's not essential. I prefer starting with natural light and then go from there. Then the next level up, software, whether it's streaming software to allow you to go to multiple platforms at once, plus get HD recordings, and then software to edit the videos for repurposing and creating more polished, more professional videos. And then the final thing would be to hire somebody to do the video editing for you. So there you have it. There's the gear you need. But if you have a smartphone, you can absolutely get started today. Do not wait until you have your other equipment in place. And you could even just stick with your smartphone for all your marketing if that's what you want. Before I go, I would just like to remind you, if you don't have my report, 7 videos to make this month, these are 7 videos to help you increase your visibility, show off your expertise and then start getting new clients, you can grab it at giftfromandrea.ca. It's a free report. And if you do one video a week, that's the next 2 months of videos for you. It'll carry you through to the end of the year. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next week. I'm happy to have you join me.